It's December 10th, 2022. I just got back from Roosevelt Field. Um, I thought it was a Simon Properties, but I'm not quite sure. This is where I am within. What happens is I'm keeping an eye on my medical. Um, I did a video this morning with the cranberry sauce as the most integritous environmental science around my person in like a perfect spectrum, and then a scoop of jelly on the side, because while there's that perfect world of symmetry for environmental science, for lack of a better term, in what um, perfect symmetry feels like and how amazing it feels when you're surrounded by it. And then the jelly feeling like that's some kind of, I don't know if it's ground interference, I don't know if it's space interference, I don't know if it's a combination or a war between the two, but it feels like jelly. Like I feel like jelly. I'm finding I'm having trouble with um all sorts of different functions. Like I function fine according like outside whatever, but when I go through like body mechanics, almost like a mechanic with his own car. I've heard that reference before. I have mechanics in the family. It's like you know when you turn your car on and it sounds like it should, and then when you turn it on and it has that ticking timing thing, and you're like, oh, that's, and then they know what part it is that's wrong. It's kind of like that. I wake up and I'm like, whoa, that was not like that yesterday, but now that's a problem today. So I needed a new pair of shoes, and then of course I in my body mechanics, like what's wrong, and watching the wear and tear of where did the, so really it was mostly in the heel, but the weird part on this pair of shoes was right across this section. I was having trouble. It wore down unevenly. Yeah, you can actually see it. And also on the heel. So when I'm standing upright in my size of a rocket height, and I'm just going for my normal day-to-day events, um, that's where the wear and tear on the shoe is. And now what's interesting also is this, and not like to defect or to, I'm not talking brand wise, this is not like a whatever, but on the inside of this, the inside of the right shoe, there's a hole that developed with the padding. Didn't happen on the left, only on the right. So again, that goes back to body mechanics, or like how my stride or gait is when walking. And then, so I had to get a new pair of shoes, and um, they did not have this color. So I had to go with the black, which I don't like the way they look. But here we are in, it's what was available. They sold out of the gray pair. Not that any of this, but while I was in the mall and I'm looking around, on the one hand, I'm thinking to myself, and I said to Linda and Lou, I'm like, let's do this, what I'm grateful for, and what I'm noticing that I'm questioning. Uh, Grateful for the fact that there's a mall to even go to. Not that I go there a lot. I go there when I have a necessity to touch the textile, the tactile, um, and to also it's, I mean, technically it's centered around what's one would think theoretically that it's what's living around that area. But for me, in a large social gathering of unexpected random selections, I'm looking around and I'm like, they no longer look like Roosevelt family members. When I was a child, there was more of that. And there's been like this turnover. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure as I walk around that mall that on the television in my life frame, in a far away place, there were some wars fought against these people that are now walking freely and have money to spend to keep the mall open in some mercantile exchange, whatever. And I'm like, this is really serious because now they fought over there. I don't know what they were fighting over. They're now over here. They have money, I don't. They're walking around Roosevelt Field, which I'm an ancestor of Roosevelt, along with several others, which technically would be this land's version of royalty or ancestry of royalty. I'm like, but I'm really missing something in the gaps of, like, where did I fall through the cracks that my own people don't even know how to help me? And where is it ever okay that they're not even there when I need them? I mean, if you think on a religious basis of if there is a North American royalty, because there's been a history of them in this area of the United States of where I am at the moment, it said New England, so there's some placement there. Um, there's this ongoing family whatever, but they're known what they look like and at like a dignitary level. And I'm just confused how the whatever went when I arrived and I have this position. And then I mean, I even spoke to my special son today, and I'm like, and I mentioned for the first time to him about the magic escalator. I said, if you only knew what that meant. Um, I said, if you only followed my work and if you only knew what that meant. Um, so, as far as space and time goes, because at some point, at some level, it's a key feature. It's a hierarchy amongst men because at some point somebody has to lead, somebody has to follow. So who do you take your lead from? But you're not supposed to, and that's even an interesting phrase because you're not allowed to take the lead from them, which is what seems to have happened. Somebody took the lead from me. It's supposed to be follow the direction of. So that gets confusing in why was I pushed to some situation that gets really hard to explain to nobody ever because of the way that the stars are placed. It's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza, it's Earth, solar system, Milky Way, universe, galaxies, broken, and it's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361. So, did I go to the mall and was I in Roosevelt Field in Garden City and really get a pair of shoes today at Roosevelt's Field? Yes, I did. They're black. There's a receipt of them. And did I go there because I absolutely needed them? Yes. The wear and tear on the shoe and the effect that it's having on my body mechanics. I needed a new pair of shoes. So I can't buy them. I have no money. But my mother paid for a pair of shoes for me. So thank goodness for her.